All right, now we get to the good stuff, right? In-game action, right? What does this look like in a game? And so the first time he did it, I believe, was this game against Ohio State, where he exploded across, his hands were in position, and he got there and he made the save, right? It's a long movement, and it's easy to slide, and at this level, these guys are good enough that they can move the puck around and catch him in that slide. But just again, he was able to get square and set as he's going through. Same thing here, less distance, but similar action where he's able to stay compact together and on the puck. Compact together and on the puck. And just like that one, right? Guys in tight, it's easy for goalies, especially at this level when they're young, to just slide at this puck, but he was able to get square, and now he was able to get pushed back and get square again as the guy was driving hard. One-timer. He had a little more time, but can get set quick, can decide what happens after that. Stay compact, stay together, stay gathered. And so that's kind of the evolution for him and how it worked. And then we had this newer guy come hang out with us this summer, Carter McPhail from Fair State. This is the same drill that Jack was doing. And he's a really good skater. So this kind of went into his favor. And at first he was just kind of testing it through, right? Seeing what's what. It's not that smooth. And then I'll just fast forward it here to where it starts to kind of come together here. And right here, he just kind of like tests the waters. Okay, what's the motion? What am I trying to accomplish? How can I get there on my feet quickly with speed, right? And then as you notice there, right, his footwork start to come into play. Now his upper body is still something that needs work, but the footwork starting again to come into play. And then so Carter, he played in the Beauty League in Minnesota. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yep, I do, and I knew I recognized that name from somewhere, so that's where it would have been this summer.
Yeah, so we got him some games at the Beauty League, or we got him on a team just so he could have some fun. And he actually, anything that we did, he tried it out in games, right? Which is awesome. I thought it was awesome. And so he kind of clipped some things for me, and he's like, this is when I did it. And, I liked it. I felt like I was there quick. I was there on my feet. I was able to make any kind of adjustments. And it just shows that like, it's not for everyone, but, it never hurts to try.
Where do you see the advantages of it? Again, I know I've kind of hit on that a few times, but I just want to make sure I present it the right way. Like this is like feet underneath you.
Yeah.
This one here's a great rep.
Right. This is a good example of the advantages that I think come into play, right? You're able to maintain your depth, right? You don't have to sink far, right? You're able to move on your feet. And as you notice, his upper body is going towards the puck. He's able to keep his feet underneath him. Player changes the angle. He's able to stay with the puck, right? Player moves it back. He's able to push back because his feet are underneath him, right? When you're in a T-push, right, that might be tough when he changes the angle because you got to set and then shuffle again. And that happens so fast. And same thing, if you slide, right, catching your edge and pushing back sometimes can be tough, right? Goalies are really good at what they do, and they find ways to accomplish that. But this is just kind of like a small example of what I like about it, is that it allows you to be more dynamic in your movement and keep everything gathered and underneath you.
Difference between this and just a shuffle. Obviously, it's the C cut to set it up. Like,
Mhm.
would some people like this is just, some people say this is just, you could just rotate into that shuffle and make that shuffle. Does this just give you a little more flow when you talk about the
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah. That gives you, I think that this, like you could do a double shuffle. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. You could do one big shuffle if you're strong enough. There has,
Not
you
many
know,
guys. This is a pretty big distance. You're right. Not many guys are
yeah,
making one
yeah,
shuffle all the way.
that singular shuffle in this big of a distance is very tough,
Yeah.
right? And usually goalies that do that get caught because now they're wide and now their only option is to go down and then they get beat short side. Double shuffle is an option. I mean, I'm not saying that this is the only option. This is an option of many options.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just have to find what works, right? And I think that this is something that some goalies like and some goalies don't like. We'll start with this one, right? It's just a stationary movement. We did it with flow and stationary, right? This is what a T push would be like, right? So we did the same drill. We tested it out. First, we did it as a T push, then we did it as what we called the bob, and then we added like that reverse C cut into a shuffle, and then try to create some other situations where now we have to go down. So back to a T push, right? And what we realized, at least Jack felt more comfortable. He felt more smooth as he was going through the process, where he could still manage his upper body and then snap his lower body into place and stay square all at the same time. Now we start to include shots and just kind of taking it step by step, right? Nothing crazy, right? He starts with his T pushes. I give him a little bit of time, right? And you can notice how, he's opening up and he's got to drive his lead foot to close. Okay, so as we progress here, we start to incorporate, the bob, where now he's almost gliding. He creates that momentum with the backwards seat push, and then he glides into position. And for me, it looks smoother, and for him, he felt better in it. He felt some sense of confidence in it. And like I said, at the end of the day, that's really kind of what matters. If it works and you feel good in it, why not, right? And that's part of it too, right? Is for some guys it might work, for others it won't, and that's okay. There's many ways to do it. And this is just the other side. He's T pushing again, right? And like it's a series of other things that we've done in the past. So for Jack, he got really good at kind of controlling his upper body. If you notice, like just his head and his hands, everything goes to the puck, and he got really good at that we worked in the last 2 years. And then this is how we were able to incorporate this movement into his toolbox, right? Because it's an addition of other things that we've worked on. Because if that upper body part isn't there, then this probably doesn't work. So this is just kind of now we're just going to get straight into it. This is just more of lateral plays. You can see he's got that kind of pivot C cut before he pushes across, and I'll slow it down here. Right. And as that puck's arriving, he's arriving square and set. We're giving him a little bit of time, which is fine. This is more of a warm up, but it's all in the footwork, right? And it's smooth, it's calm. There's not a lot of bobbing up and down.
Not a lot of open and close either, right? Like it's just kind of like
exactly.
watch it takes that lead, like that blocker on that blocker side. Normally you'd have to sort of open and turn, and it kind of keeps it all
in front of you.
Yeah, and right on that pad almost. Like it never has to, like a lot of guys moving to that side have to sort of pull the blocker out of the way for the pad.
Yep, absolutely, right. And again, like I said, it's a combination of other things we've done in the past, which lead up to that, right? So I'm going to show you a few more. This is just kind of with some flow, right? Adding a little flow, a little backwards flow, like a rush. And like you mentioned, there's not a lot of opening up, right? He's just, if he doesn't have time to arrive on his feet on the shot, he's dropping down, right? And his body is relatively square.
So
All right, let's go to
getting
the other.
that
Okay.
head around lets him identify early whether he's going to need to stay up or down, and the way he moves puts him in a position where it's easy to make that adjustment on the fly versus making that decision early and having to sort of build your rotation depending on what type of move you're planning on making.
Right. Exactly. So even here on this blocker one, I really like this one because just you can tell his eyes, his hands, everything's on the puck. And as he arrives, he can make his decision, his safe selection as he goes through. And again, he's just kind of compact. Everything's together. Doesn't open up very much. And we're there, right? And if you look at it, this is just some video from this summer where he got obviously better at it as we worked on it. He's just able to kind of quickly move and get square, get set, right? Make his decision as he goes through and create momentum, stay compact, stay together. And most importantly, and I know he mentioned this, is keep his feet underneath him, right? For him, that's very important. The ability to keep his feet underneath him allows him to play his game the way he wants to. And then, so as we started to add some flow, right, we did the same thing. Okay, we said, all right, let's try it with T pushes, right? Then we'll try it with the bob, see what you think, see how you feel. First day was kind of obviously not as smooth. Obviously right now he's T pushing. And obviously it's all dependent on time. It's all dependent on situation, right? If you have time, then T push or shuffle doesn't really matter. Just get there, get square, right? But we're talking about situations where maybe we have less time than we think. We want to move on our feet. We don't want to slide. And as you can see, just if you notice, I'll keep going here. Just the way his upper body, head, and hands lead the way, and then now his lower body can kind of come with, right? All in one smooth motion. Any questions?
No, yeah, no, I love it. Did you, just out of curiosity, I'm watching this, did you at any point go like frame rate on this thing and measure it and see which was faster?
I did not. We were going by feel at the beginning
Okay.
because we didn't even know if it was going to work or if he was even going to like it, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it literally took us 2 days to kind of assess, and then he was just like, "I really like this. I feel smooth. I feel confident moving in it," and I think that that's an important part too, right?
Exactly.
Is if we feel confident in our movement, then we have a better chance to get set, get square, and make the save. Yeah, so one of the things that we were trying to accomplish is we were trying to hold our edges, right? We were trying to minimize sliding, and we were trying to find a way to keep our upper body square to the puck, right? And by having our feet work independent of, I'll go back to the first one, or this one, by having our feet work independent of our upper body, it allowed our upper body to get square quickly, and then our feet just to kind of spring into squareness, right? And so the goal for us was, one, can we move on our feet? And then two, if there's a puck pass back, can we either move back or then finally just slide versus just initial slide and then get tapped back door or whatever the situation might be, right? So the goal again was, how long can we hold our edges, and can we keep our upper body, our frame, the biggest frame of our equipment, square to the puck, right? Because the way we do things is that we like to have our hands and our stick, right, head all connected to the puck, right? And it's just simple and balanced. Here we go. Yeah, so it all started when I was watching Bobrovsky play, and I noticed that he was doing some certain moving pattern when he was moving laterally. And what it was, this is it in its simplest form, where if you notice, right, it's just almost like a backwards C push. He glides and he kind of just sets himself square. And one of the things that I noticed where he does this quite often is when a guy's kind of a threat, and he needs to get there quickly. Obviously, in this situation, he had more time, but again, like I said, in its simplest form, if you look at the footwork, that's what it is, right? And then just an overhead, just so you can kind of see the lower body rotation there. And as you progress, right, what it allows him to do and what we talked about is finding a way to kind of stay square to the puck when we don't have the time to T push, right? And we need to either cut back or we need to go down quickly. And obviously there's many other ways that you could play out this play, and it was just something that we tried, Jack and I, and it worked, right? So again, if you notice Binnington, right, he does kind of like a C push, backwards C push, and then shuffles the rest of the way to get himself square. The hips kind of go back towards the shooter. And like I was saying, it was just something that I noticed, and then I kept noticing some other goalies doing, right? And it worked out, right? So Jack kind of took to it. He liked it. He made it his own in a form, and we'll see how kind of we progress. It kind of took, like, he's a beast in his own, where it took him about 2 days to kind of figure it out. Like, what really helped Jack is he kind of thought of his inside foot as his kind of, I don't know if you want to talk about hinge foot or however you want to call it, but he essentially just stuck his ass out towards where the shooter is, and then everything kind of came through, right? So that's what gave him momentum as he stuck his rear end back, his blocker foot gave him that momentum to go through the angle. And then other things that really to me are important prior to even any of this kind of movement is the upper body. Like, if you notice, Jack's eyes and hands are always going towards the puck, no matter what happens. There's a lot to it. Obviously, it's not simple, right? It's a lot of footwork and a lot of other things. We're just, it's part of it is flow too. And so for Jack, like, he rarely used it on offensive zone play where the opponents had possession. It was mainly on rushes, right? For him, he said, I really like it on rushes. I got good flow. That flow gives me momentum, and I can move on my feet. And so that's what we were trying to eliminate, right? It was, how can we eliminate sliding too early at an inappropriate time? Can we hold our feet longer, right? And if we can, how?
Okay, we'll do just a couple each here, guys. Couple each now. Charlie. Now going to your butterfly, pushing down into your post in your reverse. Okay, again, we get too flat to the goal line on these plays. It's impossible for us to come right out at it. Okay, so stay a little bit more towards the puck, and then as we're coming out, we're attacking that puck again, not attacking the middle of the net. Okay? So butterfly, push into your reverse, and then elevating out of your reverse. Out. Yep. Yep. Good. Good job. Yep. Yep. Good. One more over here. Yep. Yep. Cover it up. Good. Other side. Yep. Yep. Follow it. Right away. Right away. Last one. Yep. Yep. Good. Good job. In here, guys. That was good. Really good. Especially coming out of your reverse then. Usually that's way more challenging. You guys both did a really good job just attacking right at that puck, right? So that's the biggest thing. Any of these short side plays, like any other play on the ice, middle, far side, we're always attacking angle first. This is the only situation where we're going depth first. So attack right at the puck. As we square up, we don't open anything on the short side, and now the far side's gone too. Okay? Questions? All right, good work, boys. I'm going more directly to my depth. So I'm going right towards that puck. Okay, so I'm here. If that puck's on the near side, I start to turn this foot. This foot drives towards the puck. As I square up, I'm not giving up any net on the short side. So what happens a lot of the time in these plays, guys, is as I'm coming out, I'm coming more towards the middle of my net, and I am opening up that short side. So I don't want to do that. I'm driving this foot right towards the puck. I'm here. I'm driving that puck towards the puck, that foot towards the puck. Now you don't see anything on the short side. Far side's covered as well, right? So I'm here again. I start to anticipate that pass. This starts to turn. Drive that foot towards it. I'm there. Short side's taken care of. Far side's taken care of. No, you're gonna go butterfly, elevate your feet for the first phase, and then if all that goes well and we have time, we'll go into reverse after. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. We're still opening up, Maddie. Still opening up a little bit of that short side. So stand on your post here. When I'm here, this foot's going to start to turn, and this is actually, instead of just coming to the middle, I'm actually driving this right at the puck. So I drive it right at the puck. Now I square up, and that I'm not opening up anything short side. Try it here. Yeah. Yeah, so nothing on the short side. Okay? Yep. Yep. There we go. Good. Now I got nothing short side. Nothing short side. Yep. 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 Good. Two more. Yep. Yep. It's good rebound control there. Go. Go. Follow it. Good. Get a couple reps in before. Couple reps in before a shot. Good. Do one more. Good. Hey. Yep. Yep. Follow it. Good. A little bit. Yep. Yep. There you go. Cover it up. That's better. Yep. 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 Follow it. Good. Yep. Yep. Good. Fall right away, Maddie. No delay after. No delay following those. Yep. Yep. There you go. Good. Had a guy. Two more. Two more. Yep. Good. Last one. Yep. Yep. Nice. Good job.
When you're going to your left, make sure you're bringing this with you, so you're not dragging it behind you. Get your body rotated. So you're not dragging your stick behind you, okay? There you go. This type of work isn't the most fun thing to do in the world. Like, you know, you're not stopping pucks, but this is like your foundation. This is your building blocks on everything else. It's just a subtle movement, just like I was saying. Doing this as opposed to going like this, that's such a big difference. It sets everything up. After you make this save, you're going to be set, and you're going to be able to make your next move from there, as opposed to being off balance on this save. And your next movement's going to be a scramble.
Push hard stop. Head first on every movement. Not loading up. Just push it directly into position. Head first on every single movement. Quick footwork, but no run. Still shoulders. Good balance. Carry the hand. Back. Get in here, guys. Quick, let's go in here.
Last one. Good job. Perfect. Good job, buddy. Look good. Do one more. Perfect. Yeah, just one thing with everybody, like just like I told you, when you're making that move, you want to turn your head and make your shoulders follow with you. You know, that way, as soon as you arrive, you're square. Because once you start, especially from right to left, once you start dragging your stick behind you, you're already kind of off kilter a little bit. You can square up after, but it's easier. It's easier if you lead with your eyes, turn your spine. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having your shoulder behind you, it'll just help you square up because typically when you're in movement, when you start getting into good play, somebody's going to be shooting, and you don't want to have your shoulder behind you. You want to have it in front of you already. Yeah. That's it. Job.
Start on the post.
No, start in the middle. Start in the middle, T push to here. create that window and then go down. Yeah. So when you come off the post, create that window, take a look, and then drive into it. Don't kind of like, you know.
You're only doing that move when there's a guy close in the back of the net, right?
Yeah.
Because you're kind of vulnerable by leaning out from the post.
But typically what happens is that you move off the post like that. When he starts to walk in behind the net a little bit, he starts walking into this area. So then you gotta be able to look. You gotta be able to look behind the net.
Because what I had trouble, especially on 3-on-3 hockey, is the guy's going to be down in the slot, passed out, and he hooks the bottom glove side.
Yeah.
He always seems to find that corner. So should you project yourself outward or more to the side?
From that pass?
Yeah, from that side.
From the near side, the short side. Well, that's I'll jump in there and show you once he's done.
Okay.
It is a tough move, but that's why you want to be able to create that window so you can see that pass coming, as opposed to turning your head the opposite direction. You know, like you see a lot of guys on. See, if I was on the near post, the guy starts walking around and he goes like this, and then he throws that pass back out the same side, and you're like, you know. So when you create that window, you're still in a position to kind of take a step out. You know, if you're getting beat low to the far side, that means you're falling into the short side too much. You know, like it's not mine. Oh, it's a tough move because you're kind of caught. You're caught deep already on a quick pass, and unless you can get a really hard push, you're just going to have to try and get to the middle of your crease.
So is it best to shortest distance go across, or
yeah.
cut it that way?
If you can't gain ice, the best is just to get to the middle. Yeah. You're going to get beat short side more often, but at least you'll be centered to react either direction. You know. Good job. One more. Give me one more good one. That's it. Good job. Great job. Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Okay, what's it?
Yeah. Typically I would do that just so I can try and cut this pass off, right? Okay. So try and get over top, you can cut that pass off. Yeah. That'd be typically if a guy was here, you know. In this situation, it would be him coming from this direction. So yeah, just create that window and then go back into that and then drive.
And then go back to the post again?
No, I'll show you. So you create this window, slide back in, block that pass. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna open this leg up and push forward. If you don't like that, you can always just push off, go like that.
That would be good.
It'd be probably a little bit easier on your hips, but
I think it would be.
Yeah.
And what about on this side too?
Same concept.
Okay, I could go over there. Just go like that.
Yeah, on this side you can create that window, drive into it like that, open up like this,
Okay.
or you could push off.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Either way, you know, I think I think the ladder would be easier on your
Yeah,
hips.
I think so too. Okay, bye.
Wide on the post here. So guys, when we're on the post, we want to go wide. We create a window right here, guys. We create a window, and then we transition into a lead position. Okay, and from this position, guys, when we recover to the top of the paint, we're going to drive our chest to the top of the paint and come up with our lead leg. Okay, and we're coming from a down position up into position. We're getting power, and once again, guys, it's head first. Head controls everything. Chest comes through the middle. Just like the first drill this morning, guys, when we're on the post and it's T-push to the top of the paint. Okay, on the lead leg recovery coming off the post, we're still coming through the middle. We always come through the middle. Okay, one thing, we get our eyes and we get in the middle of the net right away. Let's see that to the other side again. On the post here, go wide, okay, right, lead leg recovery, up and out, head first, and get to the top of the paint. Okay guys, the first thing that I notice on his movements when he's coming to the top of the paint, his hands are coming up right away. Okay, his hands are not behind. When he comes off this post, his hands are coming up into the position right away. Same thing from the other side. Watch this, guys. Hands are up into the position right away. And he's ready. All right? Let's pick it up here, guys. We're going to start at the top of the paint, guys. Head first on everything. Push to the post. Wide. Hold up. I want you to go wide on the post. Wide on the post. Right. Down to the lead. Up and out. There's the shot.